We have done everything to be negotiators. Campus House does not open 24/7. It means that when we are violated sexually or otherwise, we must go to Shalit Maklege, where we are contesting spaces with an overcrowded system already, where there's people and there's blood stains from last week, there's a shortage of equipment. Staff over here at JPD will tell you when you violated or beaten up by a man, why are you up at these hours? What are you wearing? These are things that they say to students. We have done everything. We have delivered memorandums to the government, and today they released a statement saying women must not allow themselves to be victims. At this point, the people we are looking to are giving us a big fuck you. That's what they are doing. What it means is that negotiation is done from now. Every single 8 hours in South Africa, we mourn a woman who died because she was killed by a sexual partner. So I'm saying, if every 8 minutes a woman dies, every 8 hours, then a man should die. Yes! And they say those sexist slurs, Shayimba, you're going to explain later when this man made you feel uncomfortable. Yes. The time for negotiating is at your own peril, comrades. You are going to die and no one is going to have record. You will see why, because you keep negotiating. That time is done. Take to the streets now. It's time now to need women who have courage and conviction in the struggle. And these women who are no longer willing to bend and to shake when these things happen. The time for candle lighting services is necessary, but there must be a time for revolution. For women issues. When you know, this is how they did it in the trenches during exile. When the women of Umkhonto, they were outnumbered by men who sexually harassed them in the trenches. What they did is that they said, okay, it's fine, we're outnumbered. So when someone touches a woman, we all go. When you know of someone who was beaten by a man, like the Shampok, fetch your friends and go deal.
She's everyone, that was Uyinene Mrwetyana from the Wits EFF Student Command. Earlier on, we were singing such a nice song. I heard something about Tubaling Amase. Am I the only one? I'm trying to check, right? Because the only one who say, am I the only one? Okay, since I wasn't the only one, let's do it one more time. Tubula, 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 let's go. Tubula, tubula. About your own lived experience. And because of that, I'd like to open up the floor now. I'd like to open up the floor, and in opening up the floor, I'd like to know the first person who made a comment was screaming, this corner over here. My sister, I promised that I would give you an opportunity to be able to speak to your heart's contentment, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I would also like to invite anyone else that would like to present something or to say something to everyone that is here. This is your opportunity. This is your space. We are your people. We are your women. To the men in this space, caution. Caution. You heard us, we were dueling Sundays just now. Akiri, you heard us, we were dueling Sundays now. Caution. So I'd like to ask the first speaker who would like to present to come up. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Uyinene Mrwetyana. I am a member of Black Women Caucus. This is now a parent responding to these abusers. Because it's our daughters that are killed here. And we are not going to shy away and pretend like we are just women that we are not pregnant for 5 days, guys. We were pregnant for 9 months. So these abusers have to stop this. If they do not have dreams, let them leave our girls alone to dream. Because if you are killing a student, you are killing actually an economy of this country. Girls, let me tell you something. You are beautiful. The reason why these men are always after you is because you are smart. They don't want to accept that we are here, we are occupying their space. They feel us. No wonder every time they want to feel us, they want to make us feel small. Because they know that we are here and we are felt and they feel us. So it's about time that young girls, young women, old women, we actually go forward together and say, as parents, because we cannot sit back and look at our girls when they are abused. We cannot. This country is what it is today because some women somewhere, with nothing in their hands, they stood up and say on the 9th of August that we are stopping this. So guys, we are not going to sit behind. I think it's about time that we also have old women caucus. Nana, we are tired. We are no more going to run after you. We are actually going to take a lead role. We are parents, guys. We are not. You know, it's so sad that you have taken your last money, do your daughter's hair, for her to look beautiful, and some scam somewhere, and you know, just decide to stop her dreams. Okay, let me just leave it here. But girl, tell them that the mothers are coming for them.
I'd like to invite President Lerato Maduma to just come forward. While we are awaiting her arrival, I'd also just like to present another mother of ours. She'll introduce herself. And she asked me not to say, but I mean, Gratadilo, you know. She is from a well-known radio station. I'll leave it there before things happen.
Dumelang. I'm a mother, and like what the old student, we get the mother part out of the way. I want to correct 2 statements that I feel very strongly need to be corrected. As a parent, as a mother. Is it better now? Who's doing the sound? I'm actually shouting right now. The sound engineer? Okay, I'll try and project. Is it better now? Is it better now? I am shouting. Whoever's controlling you can hear me now? Okay. There are 2 things that I would like to correct, but this is a very personal and subjective point that I'm correcting from. There's nothing corrective about what is termed corrective. It is rape, full stop. Can we take that out of our vocabulary? Can the people who are in the media take that out of the statements that they write to the press, to the public in newspapers? There is nothing corrective, it is rape, full stop. 2, I'm a mother of 2 boys. Men can potentially all be trash. My son is 4. He's not trash. He's going to be a man one day. I want to say to the teens that are here, the 21-year-olds, your 4-year-old brothers are watching you. Your 4-year-old boys are listening to your conversations with your boys when you talk. If you want to be men, that title should be worn when you deserve it. Not everybody who has 3 legs is a man and deserves that title. A man calls out boys when they're behaving like boys, but they call themselves men. A man stands up who's standing now, who has done these trashy things. He talks to himself in the space and he says, it stops with me. If you are not doing that, if you're not thinking about that now, if you're not being conscientized, it is going to come back to haunt you. It is going to come back to haunt you. It may not come directly to you. It might happen to your mother. It might happen to your grandmother. It might happen to your girlfriend at the hands of another man or another boy, another trash. You all have a role to play. I'm seeing a lot of people that have 3 legs here. Take it as a personal challenge that the trash stops with me. Yes. I am 45, believe it or not. And I want to get very somber and end off with this. Earlier on, you had said, in the moment of silence, that can we just connect with ourselves? I am a survivor of 2 attempted rapes at the age of 8 and 10 by a neighbor and a cousin. And I know that if I were to ask, and in fact I'm going to start by asking this, because I know that what we're going to see here is a microcosm of what is happening in every single campus, in every single family, in every single township. I am a victim as well. But I'm not going to keep silent anymore. If it has happened to you, if you're not strong enough to stand up, to tell your mother, to tell somebody that you trust, you need to start healing, because the stuff damages you. It potentially kills you inside. You cannot dream anymore. Each and every one of you here, girls, are game changers and history makers. You are an institution that potentially, and is supposed to, elevate you to where you're supposed to get to. But if you've been damaged, it is not your fault. You need to reach out for help. If the facilities here are not doing their job as they're supposed to counsel you, to support you, reach out to organizations like the Caucus, reach out to organizations like FAMSA, reach out to your student leaders. You need to start healing. When you're not healed, you lose so much of who you are and your potential to greatness. Think about it, all of you who have ever been violated. Work on yourself, love yourself enough to find the courage to speak out about it and deal with it. Start healing yourselves. It will work for you in the end. You did nothing wrong. So you deserve the best, and you deserve to start your journey to healing. To the boys that are here, to the potential men, to those of you who are men, say that it stops with me.
It stops with me. It stops right here with me. Malibongwe.
When I say Kamala Makosigas, you say Malibongwe.
Malibongwe.
Comrades, my name is Lerato Majumo. I'm from Young Nurses Indaba Trade Union. I want, specifically we came here because I actually want to tell you a very short story. I'm not going to take time. I come from a community known as Mapetla in Soweto. Now, in my street, Tulare Street, I was raised by women that made sure that I was never raped. That made sure that every child in that street was never raped. I'll tell you a very simple story. When any woman in our street was being abused by a man, or the children abused by their father, those women, they would regroup in a corner. And when that woman left, they would visit that man, unprecedented, and it would not be a ceremonious visit.
Yeah.
By the time the woman comes back, they will actually be wondering, why am I now married to an angel? Now, where does it all start? It doesn't start with any hashtag. It doesn't start with us wearing any duke. It doesn't start with any candle. It doesn't start with us going to any march. It starts in the home. It starts in our communities, in our streets, where we say, when I witness it, it is my problem, it is my business, and I will deal with you. We can't be angry on social media, comrades. That thing is getting boring. It's about time that when we know who you are and who your mother is and everybody that is connected to you that protects you, we must deal with you. We are very angry because as nurses in our hospital, somebody mentioned Charlotte McClake. When you come, the victim is sleeping this side and the perpetrator is sleeping on the other side. And unfortunately, maybe the victim is number 2, and unfortunately, they'll be attended as such. Somebody mentioned that our Department of Health, our Department of Safety, our Department of Women, our government is shrugging the responsibility of taking care of women. Perhaps we need to understand that the justice system of our country is a man. Personal experiences that I've had, just to open a stupid protection order, you'll be taken from pillar to post. Just to open a simple case, you'll be taken from pillar to post. Perhaps women must begin to take this in their own strides and in their own hands. Until they comrade of mine touched me when she said, perhaps we need to hurt them where it hurts most, the economy. But maybe the perpetrators must know that we are not worried about them being in a court and we'll chant outside. We will come for them. We will come for them in everything they have. Our daughters and our sisters and our mothers will not be abused. I think as soon as men understand that they are not safe in this country, when they perpetrate, they will not go to jail and come back. We will be waiting for them. I am not preaching a story of violence, hear me well. I am saying when people know that we will have zero tolerance to their nonsense, they will stop. In this very campus, if in the rest, a whistle blows and somebody stops it. I'm a parent of a student that is doing its 4th year. I will not be able to sleep at home like I didn't sleep today. I will come and support. You know, we had your plight. When students said all fees must fall, we were chanting alone. It was lonely. Our parents sat at home. They watched TV. They started tweeting and they started sending WhatsApps. Not with this battle. Not with this story. As parents of students in universities, in crèche, in high school, primary school, we will come out guns blazing. Did everything that we have to protect our children. My life, my closing statement, Mama MC. This is something that touches even men.
Wow.
And we know that we've got amazing. We know that we've got amazing men that will not be stand by us. Shh. Come back to me. We know that men that are who stand by and watching abuse of women and children are equally abusers. So we call on them. You do not do that. You act. Amaka! Run, rapist, run! Run, rapist, run!
We have someone here who would like to present a word of encouragement through a poem that she's written for us. So I implore all of you to please just pay attention. We're nearly at the end of our program for tonight. Hang in there just a little while longer.
Hello, I probably should tell you that I don't know if it's encouragement, it's just more of my feelings from the whole day and my morning. I wrote it this morning, so I don't know how coherent it's going to be, but maybe you'll follow, and if you don't, I'm sorry. But it's called Another Body Drops. So, body counts of a sexual nature, you question my adventure, because I haven't gone past 10, but then again, that doesn't matter. Your patter isn't holding my attention and I'm growing impatient by your misogynistic banter. I think it's time to leave. The clock strikes 3 and she can feel the cold resonate from his heartless corpse. She reached for his arm, hoping only and only hoping to disarm him, to change the setting, to warm things up a little bit, nothing more. His mouth connects with hers, but with such aggression you could have sworn he was trying to start a war. She's thinking, I don't want this, but 3 seconds more and it'll be fine, I will leave. You spit, shit, this was not what you were wanting. She did not ask for this. Even if she was into it, things would have been gone too far by this point. He then bites her lip. She begins to blame herself, thinking this is it. She wants you to stop. You begin to unbutton her top. You didn't even ask. The devil inside reveals his mask. Consent never even entered this clinical setting. She blames herself for letting it get this far. She thinks, why did I touch his arm? The answer has grown too familiar. She was more afraid of a battering than she was of attempting a flattering with the soft demon inside. Is this too late to say stop? She's saying inside, he's kissing her neck now, stop. She cries, he's torn her vest now, stop. He's groping her breast now, stop. He'll destroy the rest now, stop. There's no rest now, stop. She's trying her best to stop him. Why won't he stop? I don't want this, stop. Her inside voice loudened, stop. It finally managed to escape her tongue, but he doesn't stop. No, he never even intended to stop. For a moment, only for a moment, for a second, she says, stop. Why do men only apologize for their manhood and they're no good friends after the fact? Sorry, is it not a fact that you asked him to stop, but you had your boys back? No. How could you possibly mean that when you had, how could you possibly mean that when you did nothing to stop your friend from slapping her ass or placing his hand on the lowest part of her back? Does she need to cry stop for you to hear all our screams? These are the same dudes who grab my waist at a party and stare at me, sneering me right in the face as though I did something wrong. Wow. Sorry, did I snatch away the entitlement of you and your best friend when I looked you back and confronted you with my angry eyes? Instead of removing your hand, you decided it was better to hold my gaze. These same dudes look so amazed that this honey wasn't trying to attract you, you nasty bees with your ashy knees. You niggas don't need to carry keys, cause you don't own your own. And you don't own me. So please. Now annoyed, I muttered to a guy unmistakably as drunk as I, do I know you? You should have seen his face as he got the hint, finally removing his hand. He deserved my backhand, but even as I think this, I remember where I stand. Afraid to become a number in a statistic. What if he hits me? What if he rapes me? What if he kills me? Who will stop him? Yeah. I find myself counting all the ways. Afraid to become another body to count. Because in this moment, I stop and realize that 4 minutes have passed, which means I can be assured that another body has dropped.